loves, it's your girl Lynn here, aka Pink Vintage, and this is me discussing my lock journey. This is set of locks number 3. The first set I had started by a loctician in Atlanta when I was living there in my 20s, and she did my grid with like a kind of diagonal triangle all over, and I didn't like the way that it laid because when I would get a fresh retwist, I didn't like the way that the grid looked when you could see my scalp. So I had another loctician start my second set of locks, and she was really popular in Atlanta. The natural lock lady. Let me rewind. I did the big chop when I first left my home state and moved out of state. I did the big chop unintentionally. I took my son to the barbershop one day and I just told the barber to cut my hair. My hair was already like a short little bob. And he asked me if I wanted him to clean it up. And I was like, yeah. And then I told him, just cut it all off. I literally did a Waiting to Exhale Angela Bassett move. And I was like, just take it all off. And I rocked the short little cut. Didn't think I would like it, but I loved it and I wore it for a minute. That was when I started doing like my nose piercing and all of that stuff. So I got into the natural look, the unks and all of that. And I was just on my natural journey, my spiritual journey. I started learning about, the law of attraction and things. So I just felt so earthy and never felt unattractive because I still wore my lipstick, my jewelry, my cute clothes and handbags and shoes and stuff. So, I was 26 and I had wanted the look that Jill Scott had when she first came out, but I did not know what a natural girl was. Like when I lived in my hometown, everybody had relaxers. So I literally would get the straw sets with straws to achieve the curly look on my 4C hair, the little spring curls all over. So I grew up wearing braids. That was the only style I used to get my hair done in. The same braids that like Moesha would wear. And my godmother would braid my hair, and then I started going to the African braid salons when she stopped braiding because she had carpal tunnel. So I've been on a natural journey pretty much for a long time, but I always got to relax her in between braids. I always got to relax her in between Chloe, those little straw sets and stuff like that. I did not know that there was a such thing as a African American woman not having a relaxer if you had the type of hair that I had. So fast forward to in Atlanta, my second set of locks. Kept them for 8 years. I started off with locks around this length because I took my first locks down with a nail similar to this one. And I had all this long bushy hair. First time I ever had a big afro. Only kept it for like a week or two. Went to the Dominicans and I told them to, cut it. So they cut it to about this length that my locks are right now. And it was layered. It was gorgeous. It was so flowy and silky. And then it started to get frizzy. And then my hair went back to 4C. And I just felt like it was unmanageable. All the detangling, all the tying it down, and all the product and everything. It was just too much for me. So I started doing a sew-in. And I had a girl to come to my house and do a sew-in. And then I would do relaxer around the edges for the part that was left out. And then I turned around and I got back into, just wigs and weaves and stuff. So I did that for about a year. And then I started locking my hair again. This time I went to the lady who started my second set that I kept for 8 years. As I relocated and moved to different states because I was married, we were military. We moved around a lot, so I would always find a really good loctician that was like Jamaican or somebody that was just very good, natural, made their own products and stuff like that. And then I ended up in my last relationship dating a person who absolutely despised locks, which is questionable to me because why did you even pick me. We met online. So why did you even choose me as the person you wanted to date? That's neither here nor there. But so this person literally forced me to remove my locks. It was like a deal breaker at like the 2-year mark. And I knew that that was something that I should have just been like, let me leave, over, but I didn't. But I left after my locks got cut. So my locks were cut for a new year, like around a few days after New Year's. Chloe, 2023. And it was with my consent, but it was literally being forced and pressed upon me. And it was fine at the time, in the meantime, because I was, going through a divorce and I needed the fresh energy and stuff like that. But it was like just the pressure of it. Even when I sat down, I was like, no, let me think about it and change my mind. I sat in a chair and it was literally like, an argument because I was trying to bail out and trying to change my mind. Chloe, I can see you. Come in here. Good girl. So, I'm not gonna lie, it felt really good to get rid of 8 years of locks. They weren't heavy physically, but a lot had happened. And I'm not gonna lie, at the time I felt good about it. So I saved my hair, and that's a good thing because it can be reattached. I don't feel like there's anything that happened from the time I cut my hair to now that wasn't crazy. Like the new hair that I have probably needs to be cut more so than the locks, because those 8 years, I hit a couple of, hurdles. Life happens. The man that I thought was my father, who I've now found out that I'm adopted, he passed away, and that was a huge emotional, of course, obviously that was a huge emotional setback for me. But I've had more happen since I cut my locks in January 2023 to now, which is October 2024. But so what I did to start these locks, working my way up to the third set, which I have now, because the first set, second set, that's neither here nor there at this point. On the lock journey, that does happen. You cut them down, you cut them off, you start them over and stuff like that. But where I'm at now, I love this set that I started myself. I had some braids done by the African braid shop in my neighborhood. Like I could literally walk to it. So from January 2023 up until I started these locks, April of 2024, I wore nothing but braids. Nothing but braids. I only let my hair breathe for like maybe at the most 3 weeks. But I went right back into my braids all the time. So this is what my hair looks like. When I took my last set of braids down, I said, you know what? I'm going to get back into locking my hair. My hair had grown so long in just a year. It was literally like, and this is the lock length. It was literally down like further when I stretched it out before I locked it. And I'm like, this is 1 year's growth. And the crazy thing is, my hair for, 8 years of locks, my hair came to like maybe like right here. Look at this. In 1 year, but I'm going to tell you what I did different. So I started these locks when I took the parts down, when I took the braids down, I just retwisted each braid and I conditioned my hair and shampooed it and took each one apart and, combed them out. So I kept the same grid, and then I went in and I made each grid from the braids into like 3 locks. Those were too small. So then I'll insert a picture of what they look like. So then I decided to combine them 2 by 2. And then I combined them even further. So this is what we have now. And this, I feel, is the perfect size. As long as they don't start shrinking down on me and getting thinner. But if they do, I'll just combine them individually. I'm not going to go through and combine all of them. Like this one is skinnier than, for example, this one. But, I did it myself, and I don't have any edge control on, clearly. And I don't know how this happened. So I was using the little, I don't have it right here, the interlocking tool. And I had to go up a size because these bigger locks, I couldn't use the micro lock interlock into for like sister locks. That's what I used to start my locks. So recently I just did a twist. I didn't do a twist out. I started them in April. I got my first professional twist out in June because I went to a wedding. And then I kind of, did my own little thing after that, combining them. And then July, I didn't do anything to them. August, I didn't touch them. September, the only thing I would do is wake up and put like pins. So September, I would just pin up this top section like this. But the whole time that I've been locked, with a few bobby pins, which is what I'm going to do today. The whole time I've been locked, I've been wearing turbans and headbands. I had a Gucci one that I've had for about 3 or 4 years. So I've been wearing that. Then I bought a Fendi turban. I bought a Dior headband, or scarf, sorry. Then I bought an All Saints one. And then I bought a Fendi just like twilly that you can wrap around your purse, and it's like a thin headband, and I wore that. And then I've worn these kind of headbands, which I got this one from Target, and I have like 1,000 different colors from all places, Amazon, Target, you name it. So at this point, I have decided to attach my old locks, and so that's going to be the next update. And mixed in with those, I may have to get some lock extensions. I don't know. But I ordered a crochet hook tool that my Amazon, it's gonna arrive today. It's on my, I was trying to show a picture of it on my Alexa. That's what they look like. Okay, Alexa pulled it up for me. They're brown, and they have like the different little picks at the end of it. And yeah, they're like needles, like you stab the hair literally. But I'm gonna like take some of the ends down, which they're still loose, but they're thinner. So yeah, so that is my lock journey update. First video of me sharing. So I will keep you posted. Thanks for watching. Peace and namaste.